afternoon, everyone. Indiana's own Dana Black coming to you live from Columbus, Indiana, welcoming into Indiana, Representative Swalwell, who is a 2020 candidate for President of the United States. Nick, my board member, candidate on the ballot, how excited are you today that you're going to get an opportunity to hear from at this town hall in Columbus from a 2020 presidential candidate?
It's really exciting. I mean, honestly, to see someone come to the 6th district, to see someone come to Columbus, Indiana, it's really exciting, and to be able to hear their platform and hear what they're going to bring for Hoosiers and bring for Americans across the country. I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm beyond excited. I hope you guys hang on. We're going to get started shortly. I promise you, we are here. I've set up 65, try to take me out, but we didn't let it. But we are here. We're in Columbus. We're going to listen to this candidate. No, the state party has not endorsed anybody. But I tell you what, if a Democrat wants to come to the state of Indiana and talk about their policies and why they should represent us as our nation's top office holder, then we should all be listening in and finding out who these candidates are. So tune in a little bit later. I promise you, he'll be a little taller than Nick, and we'll sit down and we'll have a quick conversation with the 2020 presidential candidate, Representative Eric Swalwell from California. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Y'all, say hello to Bob Hyatt. I had a chance to meet him a couple of years ago at the Indy Pride. Him and his wife, they have done amazing things right here in Bartholomew County to get Democrats fired up and get them involved, getting people on the slate. Bob, how excited are you today that we have a presidential candidate in your hometown?
I am really excited. Everybody in the community is excited. It's a great thing for Democrats here. Eric is a great guy. He's a great candidate. We're just totally excited about him, and particularly having you here, Dana.
See, there you go, giving Indiana's own her shouts. This is an exciting time. There are over 23 presidential candidates. We're going to find out what distinguishes Eric Swalwell from the pack. So stay tuned, guys, right here in Columbus, and you still have some time to drive on down. Listen, skip 65, go on down 31. Because it had me stressing and sweating. Y'all know me, I don't like to be late. But there's still time to come and hear this town hall from this 2020 presidential candidate. Come on, guys. This is an opportunity for us, Indiana, long before our 2020 primary. How many candidates just fly over Indiana? We have one that's stopping. So be sure to come down, check him out. He may not be your guy today, but if you listen, he might become your guy tomorrow. All right, give us a few more minutes. He's on his way. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Hey, guys, I want to also introduce you to Kate Hyatt. This is the equal half of the county party chair. There's no better half because both of them are just amazing people working hard in Bartholomew County. Kate, tell the people how excited you are that you have a 2020 presidential candidate right here in your town.
I am so excited. This is one of the biggest things that we've had here, and our party locally has been so energized with the possibility of having Eric come. Everybody's turned out to help make signs, to get the place ready, and we're just hoping this is really going to be a send-off for him and for all of our local candidates as well.
That's exciting because we do have a long list of local candidates that are here tonight because municipal races matter, guys. All politics are local. They're going to get a chance to tell who they are today as well?
Exactly. They're going to be introduced and just give a little bit of their information. We're just so proud of all of them. We are a diverse slate of candidates, and we represent the Democratic Party, and we represent America. So we're just thrilled to have them. We're thrilled to have you always.
This is a thrill of a lifetime. I'm like trying to, get my feet back on the ground a little bit.
Same. And another reason that I'm so excited, Moms Demand Action.
Moms Demand Action, yes.
We have been working for gun sense legislation for the last 7 years now, and we have a really active chapter in Bloomington, in Columbus, and in Indiana. We're at the State House all the time trying to get some gun sense laws passed. Eric has come out really strong for this, and he's just there with partnering with moms, and so that makes it extra special.
Well, and especially since we just had the travesty up in Muncie this weekend, more attention needs to be focused in on how we curb this gun violence. And it's not just about the weaponry themselves. We need to find out, we need to get more psychologists in our schools. We need to have more conversations with people before they want to go buy guns. What is Moms Demand Action doing in that part of the conversation?
we're trying to educate legislators about all of the things that they can do. We're also trying to inform the public that it's not really that we want to come into your homes and take your guns. That's a fallacy that some on the other side are really promoting. They're also saying that we're against the Second Amendment. We are for the Second Amendment. We want you to keep your guns legally. We want good background checks. We want laws that help to ensure that people get the help that they need. Red flag laws are crucial for domestic violence, for all kinds of vulnerable populations. And so it's just a multifaceted issue. It's very complex, and it needs complex, multi-dimensional answers that Eric understands and addresses. So we're thrilled.
Well, that is excellent news. And listen, guys, you know, thoughts and prayers have run amok. It is time for us to be bold, as Eric Swalwell says in his campaign. It is time for us to be bold on how we deal with the gun violence in our nation. Every day we're losing young people. The future, we're losing our future. Now, considering that we're trying to stop new immigrants from coming in and we're not taking care of our youth, pretty soon we won't have a future. So listen, Moms Demand Action, if you are down with ending gun violence, find out about this organization, get involved. There are multiple ways that I'm always telling y'all, don't sit. Facebook time is over. It's time to hit the streets. It is time for us to take action. And yes, 2020 races are important, but your 2019 municipal races are important too. Find out what those candidates are thinking about, how they feel about gun violence, and make sure that you are supporting people who are supporting your communities. Kate, thank you so very much for taking the time while we wait for the rep. Yes, I love you back, baby. Enjoy the day. Hey, guys. This is amazing. We have an opportunity to learn. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Pretty soon, I'm telling you, he's tall. He's from Iowa. You're going to like him. He's a good guy. It's time to learn about these presidential candidates. And yo, to the other 22 presidential candidates, you need to make a stop in Indiana. And when you do, you need to come talk to Indiana's own Dana Black. All right, give us just a few more minutes. Indiana's own Dana Black turned left with an exclusive interview with 2020 presidential candidate, Representative Eric Swalwell from California. Sir, welcome to Indiana.
Thank you, Dana. Nice to see you again.
Again, yes.
Course,
this is our third time meeting each
That's right.
other.
I've seen you in Indianapolis. I've seen you here in Columbus, and nice to be back in Columbus, my wife's hometown, and with her family too.
This is wonderful. Okay, let's get right to it because I know we don't have a lot of time. There are 23 candidates running for president in 2020. Take the time right now to explain what differentiates you from everybody else.
Well, I grew up in the Midwest, and I know why people work hard and what they expect it to add up to. My parents believed that if they worked hard, I could be the first in the family to go to college. I did. I came back to where we ultimately landed in the Bay Area of California, and I worked as a prosecutor, and then I went to Congress. But when you go on a journey like that, if you have your eyes open, you see all the people who work really hard, but they don't see their hard work adding up to doing better and dreaming bigger. So it's a responsibility to help those folks, to fight for those families. Also, I bring the experience of 7 years in the House, and I've been in the ring while our democracy has been on the ropes. People have seen where I've stood as we've come under attack. Finally, I just bring, I believe, you know, as a father of 2 kids under 2, my wife and I, you know, bring optimism about the future and put a young family in the White House, and you'll get advocates for child care for all, for coverage for all when it comes to health care, and just, I think, an understanding of the grit and struggle American families are going through today.
There are a lot of candidates who believe that the ultimate goal is to beat the current sitting president. I don't know if you can win an election by just talking about what you're against. Can you talk about what you were for, sir?
So I'm for coverage for all. The idea that no matter who you are, regardless of your income, regardless of your employer, regardless of your luck, that you should have health care. But I also, you know, as someone who just took my son to preschool orientation last week, I thought about something that families a generation ago didn't think about, which is whether he's going to be safe in his classroom. And I want every child in America to go to school and learn without fear. But also, when it comes to education, I've seen, being the first in the family to go to college, that it comes with a cost, and I don't want college to be associated with debt. I have a plan called a college bargain. If you do work study through college and then you come out and serve a community in need, it adds up to a debt-free education. So that's what I'm for. I believe beating President Trump is the most important thing we can do, but I don't want to just aim that low. I want to make the country better in the first 4 years as president.
I like the way you say that, because that is aiming low. And we have a future that we have to look out for. There are kids right now who are struggling because of debt. I'm an old kid with a lot of debt. So talk about that plan. What does that look like?
Yeah, so it's rooted in the fact that right now college is associated with the word debt. And I think that's because you've seen states contribute less to college, and that the federal government is charging extraordinarily high interest rates. So you're in this quicksand. Right now, I'm paying off just under $100,000 in student loan debt. So I get this issue, and we're deferring the dreams of starting a family, buying our first home, taking a good idea and turning it into a business. So the idea is, for those who've already accumulated the debt, how do you get more money in more pockets at the end of every month? My plan brings down student loan interest rate to 0.
Wow.
So that way, that money goes back to your pockets, hopefully into the economy. Second, to allow employers to contribute tax-free to their employees' student loan debt. Again, allows more money, more pockets at the end of every month.
And that's what we need. Now, let's switch the focus real quick to Indiana. These tariffs right now are really, really hurting our agricultural communities. I was driving up State Road 421 the other day, and I haven't seen any ground turn over. The next president is going to have to repair this problem. What are some ideas that you have on this tariff war that we got going on, and how we fix it in the future?
They're the Trump taxes, right? I mean, it's a tax because of his incompetency in dealing with this issue. China is a bad actor. Like, they are hurting farmers, they're hurting inventors in America in the way that they steal, and the way that they dump steel into the market, the way that they manipulate currency. But the way you take on a country that has such a large trade deficit with the United States is not to try and go toe-to-toe in such a childish way, but rather to work with the other countries who are also victims, like the Japanese, like the Australians. But that takes leadership. Like on so many issues with this president, we don't get leadership, we get showmanship. I will be a president who will bring leadership. That's a little bit harder, but that's going to make that farmer do a little bit better more quickly than under the president's, the Trump taxes.
And that's what we need right here in Indiana. Guys, this is Eric Swalwell. He is a 2020 candidate. Give us your 30-second elevator speech, when you first started to run, about why Hoosiers and Americans all across the country should support your campaign.
Well, I'm going to be a candidate who can add states. Born in Iowa, educated in the South, married to a Hoosier from Southern Indiana, elected in a diverse part of California. I see you, I hear you, I know how hard you work and what you want it to add up to. I will put forth policies on healthcare, education, and gun violence that are for you.
Guys, I think we've heard about as much as we need to hear from this candidate today. He's got a lot of talking to do. He's going to do his town hall. It is a pleasure. Thank you very much. This is my first presidential campaign interview, so I want to thank you so much for giving me that time. Turn left and come to Indiana. You should all come here. You heard him say it. Challenge has been dropped. He said, everybody come to Indiana. Indiana's own Dana Black. Turn left. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys later. Indiana's own Dana Black. We just finished up the town hall. I have a couple of candidates with me. I would like to get their reaction to what they witnessed today. First, we have Tom Ross, who's running in District 5 for council seat here in Columbus. And Ross Thomas, what did I say? I'm still hyped. I am still so hyped from early today. My mouth has not been working. And then we also have Tom Dale, who is running a council seat at large. Ross, tell the people how you received and felt about Eric Swalwell coming to Indiana, kicking off and having a town hall right here in Columbus.
Well, it was really exciting for the city. A great opportunity for Democrats and progressive folks to come out and see other progressive folks. This is always a good thing in Indiana. So you can see that there is an audience for him. We were fortunate enough last year to have Congressman Swalwell, whose wife is from here, so have that little connection, to come and do a local fundraiser for our local candidates last year and spoke to us. And so we got to know him a little bit there, and of course see him on television a lot because he's so well spoken and he's such a good advocate. But just an outstanding program, just an exciting day for Columbus.
And Tom, but what about you?
Oh, well, it's an exciting time for Columbus. It's an exciting time for being a Democrat here in Indiana and across the country. And what a phenomenal guy to give us hope for something to look forward to, forward thinking, forward concepts. energy, excitement. It just doesn't get much better than this. And from our standpoint, this just energizes us from a local community to want to work just as hard as what Eric's working for this country here locally as well. So this is just an exciting time for us.
So you guys are all on the ballot. He's running in 2020, but you guys are running right here, right now, 2019. I already have you scheduled to come on the radio show. Tom, I got to get you scheduled to come on so people can get to know you. But just real brief, why we have the attention of the folks, talk about what you guys are seeing in Columbus and why you're running for office right here in Columbus.
Well, look, Columbus is a unique community. First of all, we're one of the most diverse communities in the state, and proud of that. We can do a lot more to be more inclusive to everyone in the city. So that's affordable housing, that's better transportation, and really just inclusion for everyone who's a part of the city. Those are the main reasons that I want to run, and I'm excited to be there.
All right.
Well, and I think both of us we just want to serve the public. We want to be servants of what the people are really wanting to do. And we want to try to be a collaborative effort to try to work together, not only with ourselves, but with all the rest of of our council members and the administration to make Columbus even better than it is at this point. Make it, like Russ says, more inclusive, more welcoming, more open, and just keep the communication flowing so all of our citizens know that we're listening to what they want us to do and we're reacting to giving them what they want us to give them.
Yo, Indiana Democrats, we are everywhere. All 92 counties getting hyped up, fired up for these municipal races. I know it's easy to get caught up in the presidential campaigns. I know it is. I mean, heck, I'm super hyped just because we had a candidate can't come and talk to us. But we cannot lose sight of what is really happening in Indiana. We have a state house that is running roughshod over the lives of Hoosiers. We can't lose focus. These municipal races, when we elect these council folks, we are building our bench. We are building our bench. So when they have their seats and they hold their seats for a couple of terms or whatever it is, then they move on to the next level and we can begin to take over our state house or at least get some real balance because that supermajority is not doing great. They're harming families left and right with cutting out. See, I don't understand how you manage to pass another anti-choice bill for women, but then also remove the funding for families who want to adopt. You're not telling me you're about pro-life, you're about pro-birth, and you're definitely not about pro-Hoosiers and their family values. So we've got a lot of work to do. Find yourself a municipal candidate who speaks to your value system. Support them in 2019. And then when we are ready to switch our focus to 2020, yes, presidential candidates are important, but yo, we got a governorship that we got to take out. We have 100 House seats that'll be up, 25 Senate seats, and I believe Attorney General. So that's a statewide seat and he's a touchy-feely kind of guy. We have a lot of things happening right here in Indiana that we need to focus on. This has been an amazing day. I still have yet to actually come down. I'm still a little hyped. But if you don't feel that energy of what it is to be about Indiana politics and being an Indiana Democrat through me, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because all of this is about improving lives in 92 counties. If we do not get off our tails, we will continue to be in the lead to the race to the bottom. You feel me? So, yo, everybody get involved. Find something that motivates you. Find whatever it is that you do that makes you exciting and donate that to a candidate. Donate that to a campaign. Get involved, and let's make the changes and move Indiana forward. All right. Indiana's own Dana Black, turn left. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Ross. Hey, I'll see y'all on Thursday. My weekend begins now. I think I got about a few hours. All right. Peace, y'all.